Alright, so with that all said and done, it's time for us to begin. Welcome! At this point, I imagine YouTube is joining us. As you can see, I've just taken the last couple of minutes to sort out everyone's inventory, because I kind of felt that it was necessary. It was kind of all over the place previously, and yeah, I wanted that to be a bit better. I kind of want everyone to have certain things in certain spots, so that I can... Oops, I just grabbed the wrong one. Just so that they've got equipment that's a little bit better suited to their roles. And also, you know, for example, the main character and Kills in Shadow, that much more likely to need a full heal because they are more likely to be involved in direct conflict, in close quarters combat. Whereas our mages will hopefully be staying out of the way, so they need less capable healing materials. But hopefully this is going to encourage me to make use of consumables and indeed, you know, during battle, you know, the various buffing effects and indeed the toxic effects as well. We'll see, because I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna be particularly good with that. I want any old item for Ebb, really. We've got Cursed. Why would I want Cursed? Plus 10 damage, minus 1 health, while health above 35% every 3 seconds. No. The Bone Chanters, plus 10 control emotions? Maybe. Plus 1 finesse? No. Frozen Burst, 1 critical hit, damage 17 to 26, Frost Burst versus Dodge. Frozen Shackles are an impediment made for short-term prisoners. The cold air and volatile magic in their forging are intended as deterrents for notably cruel guards. That actually might be better on Kills in Shadow, but Ethereal, plus 15% graze deflection, and plus 1% health every 6 seconds. Actually, that is much better on you, realistically. Thank you very much, Omega Jinx, for gifting a sub to the Dead Fingers. That is very kind of you indeed. Thank you. Let me know, chat, if the hype train is still rolling, because, again, I can't see because the app is just awful. Alright. I think we're going to go with Control Emotion, I guess, the Blood Chanter's Spine. Some arcane practitioners believe that the bones, organs, and drained humans of mages possess unique properties. The dissection of mages is a frowned-upon practice, if not wholly illegal in Kairos' Empire. Well, there you go. You are now... I don't know. Do you wear on your spine? No, you don't. Well, that's a bit of a shame, because I think that's a missed trick, really, but it'll work. It'll be fine for now. Right, okay. So, with that done, it's time for us to move on with the quest. Let's go over to the journal. What are we currently looking at? So, at any cost, the Stonestalker tribe has possession of the legendary Azure Shield. Seek out the Beastmen and find a way to recover the artifact. We've already done that. 100 blood yielded and told to speak to Red Fang in Gulfglow Old Walls to retrieve the Azure Shield. And Hidden Truth. A sage has offered valuable information. Well, we don't need to do that one just yet. Vendrian's Well, Seats of Power. It looks like we're actually... At this point, this is the only one that we need to worry about. But we've got a couple of places on the map that we can go to right now. A good couple of places. Just a quick recap. Realistically, the one that I'm worried about here is my low favor with Tunon. I really need to do something to pull Tunon, my favor up with Tunon. Graven Ash is never going to forgive me. And the Voices of Narat probably will never forgive me. Blood and Mark, though, it's kind of quite taken by me. This is good. Sirin, I want to get your general loyalty up a bit. Wow, Verse is fairly high. On both. But very good loyalty. Not so great. Yeah. Barak just, yeah. Really, really not particularly particularly fond of me. Frightened of me, mostly. Right, okay. I think we are perhaps ready to make our moves. Though, there is a part of me that worries about our current setup. In that I would like to take Lantry to the Old Walls. Probably over Ebb, if I'm perfectly honest. I know I've just spent all that time setting up Ebb's gear. But I imagine Lantry's gear is going to be very similar to Ebb's. So, given that, I'm actually going to go in and take Lantry's gear. Ebb's gear out, and I'll hand that over to Lantry instead. As I do think Lantry will be a more interesting character to have in the old walls.
One moment, my friend. Just let me finish this thought.
Okay. Ending his note with a flourish, Lantry licks the tip of the quill, pausing to taste it a second, and then and a third time before tucking the pen in a holster on his sleeve. So, what's on your mind? Did you want to discuss matters of the present, or would you prefer a more scholarly rant? I would actually like you to join me.
I can sober up on the road. Ready to go.
That's fantastic! I approve. Lantry scratches his eyebrow, leaving streaks of sepia ink in his white hairs. I mean, sure, this is good.
I'll tack homeward. See you there.
No need. Actually, you're right there. That was fantastic. I approve. I approve so much. Hey, the Amiga Jinx. I don't think chat is dead. I believe it is actually okay. I must admit, I utterly love Lantry. He's a funny as hell character. Commissar Highlands Raw, because of the camel hump caps there. I read those as more of a pause than probably should have. Right, first and foremost, Lantry, let me sort you out, mate. Let me sort you out. You're gonna drop all of this over. Oh wait, no, that's me. Oop. I was gonna say, why on earth has Lantry got this? But no, there was a reason. Dunk. And that reason was, it was me all along. We wanted... Yes, armor. Oh. Imagine confusing yourself for Lantry. My goodness. Right, there we go. That's a bit better. Now, Lantry hasn't actually been in the party for when I've had all of these quick slots, so... Just a little bit easier for me to shuffle these around, I think. What's Lantry wearing? Sigil of Lightning, plus 10% to control lightning, and plus 10 law, and plus 10 will defense. Very nice, Lantry. Very nice indeed. Right, let's have a look at you over here. You've got a decent amount of law already. Increasing this is expensive, but not entirely undesired. I would very much like you to take you up plus 50% spell strength and plus 30 magical defense. That's actually really good. And then drop the rest into this there. There we go. I think that is looking very nice. Though I am a little bit worried about this. Let's at least get rid of the malice. I feel that that's always a good move. Bring yourself up to the point where you don't have any negatives in a stat is always a wise play, in my opinion. Hey, at least you got the commissar bit right. Most people say commissioner. Yes. Fair. I play entirely too much 40k to get commissar and commissioner mixed up. So I can't really take much credit on that one. Right, preservation. Well, we've got requires 1 talent point spent in Preserve Tree, improves control vigor skill. We've got we could have gifted healer. Improve gifted healer to moderately improve control life. We've got to raise the record. Place a reservation seal on an ally. If the ally's health falls below a limit, they are healed for a large amount of health, and the seal is destroyed. Second breath. Lantry revives a fallen comrade. Now that is actually quite nice. Moment's Peace. Significantly increase the health restored by second breath and protect revived characters from damage for a short time after they're revived. So it'd be nice. The Voice of the Ages. Grants Lantry hit precision and the ability to decipher ancient languages. A useful skill for discovering new magics during travel. Learned instruction. When Lantry is in the party, all party members gain bonus experience for the lore skill and bonus spell slot. Ooh. Lawmaster improves the law skill. Sure, we're going to grab that. It's pretty much what I want Lantry for. Further improves Lantry's thrown weapon attack range and adds moderate armor penetration to his thrown weapon attacks. I don't really... See, Quill skills are cool and all, but I'm really down with his Sage skills. Stance Mage Slayer. While in this stance, Lantry's attacks drain magical energy from their target, silencing them and lowering their magical... Now that might be quite nice. While in this stance, Lantry's attacks are imbued with power of frost and will slow enemies. Of course, moderately improving law is super good, and learned instructor also super duper good. Getting this one, I need to pop down one more point, but how about we grab something over here? Empower Lantry's renewal ability, granting an even greater increase to weapon damage and armor. Lantry restores the party's weapon and armor to pristine condition, increases the damage from weapons and protection from armor. That one would be quite nice. Lantry is like more or less a dedicated healer for me, in many ways. Pop a point in there. Gain a passive bonus to subterfuge and dodge skills. Powers Watcher's Judgment. Lantry strikes his target, interrupting them and lowering their non-physical armor. If used from stealth, this attack will also paralyze the target. From the target with arcane attack, enemies have their endurance, will, magic defense reduced. Nice. Subterfuge and dodge skills. I think we're going to go with this for now. That is hopefully going to open this up on the next level. That is going to be grand. Because, of course, getting Lantry really buffed for lore is a big focus. For lots of reasons. Lantry's Quill is just amazing. One-handed and thrown weapons. What kind of armor penetration? It's got a 3 armor penetration. What have we got there? We've got no armor penetration there. And 4 armor penetration on the Tenderizer. Of course, Kills in Shadow's got an armor penetration of 6. If Kills in Shadow can't damage you, then we're in trouble. And Sidon has got Discordant Melody. And I don't think we're going to be moving away from that. Now then. Everyone has got an extra spell slot. Thank you very much, Lantry. Super approve. But I do need to set some things up. Now, in terms of my own character, as far as your controls go, Control Fire is getting up there. Control Frost is the highest. So maybe I should add in another Frost spell. Yeah, sure. Let's just build a quick Frost spell. I think it'll be the only one that we have here, actually. Express used to create spells that affect... you know what? Maybe I could have frost weapons. 10% frost damage on hit. Well, no. Moving slower is really not that amazing. Do I have something that could affect here? Used to create spells that affect single targets in either caster, or I could use this one. Arctic Ground. Not strictly amazing to me. And I wouldn't mind if I could have something which would... like the healing aura here, but it doesn't look like we can have a sigil of really any kind of proximate action or anything like that. I'll just move off there so I don't accidentally overwrite. Maybe a cone spell. So Icicle Storm, okay. Armor penetration of 5, that's actually quite nice. Unleash a spray of icy shards in a cone. Each hit pierces the target's armor and deals frost damage. Alright, does it do anything else, is the question. If I go for this, the cone will increase. For a moderate cost. I could go with Mage Fire. I could also make them bleed. You know, just in case they're not already having quite a bad day. Both of these add a reasonable amount to it. Interrupt strength. No, I don't think having that much of an interrupt would really help. Accent increases the range of the spell. A radius of 8.4 meters wouldn't be too bad with a 135 cone. Recovery. I can cast it every 28 seconds or massively increase the strength of it. Well, actually, it's not that much of an increase, let's be honest. I think Mage Fire is what I'd really like. Frozen and Mage Fire Affliction for 8.7 seconds. There's just really no reason not to go for that one. And at this stage, nothing else can really be added. If I had one more law skill, I could perhaps pull down the recovery, but other than that... if I really wanted... Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid spell. So I'll pop that one in there. There we go. Right. Kills in Shadow. You don't have much in the way of your attacks. We've got fire, Flash Fire. We have a basic bit of a heal. Titan's Touch. What is Kills in Shadows? Best Control. Control Vigor, probably. Control Life. Actually, yeah, Control Life's actually quite high. I'm reasonably impressed, Kills in Shadow. Let's see what we could do. That was going to make this stupidly expensive, so that's not happening. Well, we'll go with Vigor then. And maybe... Not a cone in front. Expression used to create a spell that generates an aura around the target. Could go with this. No, it's already too expensive now. Damn. These are all very expensive things to add. Well, given that, got Fire, Life, and Vigor already. Let's have a look at what else you've got. Force, maybe? But that's your lowest one. We've got Lightning. Maybe try a little bit of Control Force. Sigil Force. Use the Sigil Force to channel arcane energies into magical forces that push and knock enemies to the ground. Distant Impact, don't really need that. Cone, perhaps, but Distant Impact will make it more affordable for us. Concussive Bolt. Dazed Affliction. Interruptive Average. That's not too bad. It's 1 meter AoE. I could up that, perhaps. No, not quite. Bit of a shame. Decent amount of impact. Rooting doesn't really help us. Especially with Kills in Shadows lore being a little bit lower. A chain effect would be amazing, but alas, that's not happening. We could increase the time for the affliction, but I don't think that matters to us. Could perhaps pull down the time that it takes to use it. Perhaps. No, I think we're just going to go for a bit of a stronger spell. Then assign the Kills in Shadow there. There we go. All done and done. Now, as for Sirin, we've already got quite a lot of stuff on Sirin. But again, checking on the controls. Control Life is one of your strongest ones. Control Vigor is about to level up. Control Illusion. I feel the Control Illusion is a particularly fitting one for Sirin. Spectral Blur, False Pit, and Unravel Minds. We've got Tidal Burst and Concussive Bolt. You've only got 84 lore, which is actually low. I'm going to be honest. It's very low. Distant Impact will put us up at 30. So I can't really get a chain, which is deeply saddening. That is actually super saddening. Well, in that case then, we can have a look at Force. We've already got Concussive Bolt and Tidal Burst. We could have Proximate Action, maybe? What would that give us? Weighted Stance. Immunity to Prone. A radius 5 meters. Yeah, generate an aura around the target that prevents allies from being knocked prone. That might not be too bad if Sirin could drop that into a fight. And make it so, for example, Kills in Shadow couldn't be knocked over. As a support skill, to be sure, but a useful one, I would say. Hey, Voltoth! Hello, Aavak and chat. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I won't be around much because... Ouchies. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. But just stopping in to say hi all the same. Well, thank you so much for stopping in to say hi and indeed highlighting the message. No less. I hope your ouchies pass quickly, buddy. But Lantry has got a lot of lore. Let's have a quick old look at you. Look at all these things. This is amazing. And lots of experience gained with lore as well, which is glorious. Gifted healer, plus 20 control life. So, oh my god, Lantry. Lantry, your control skills are stupid. 103 control life. 70 control lightning. 84 control vigor. 82 control frost. So, frost, vigor, and control life are the big uns for you. But control lightning isn't that far behind. Okay. Kind of want to get rid of all of these, but sure. We're going to start off with control life. Let's have a look at what we can do. Sigil of approximate action. Sure. I want Lantry to be able to drop down at least a similar healing aura to Aavak. If I want to increase it, I could have you with a very large radius healing aura. Or increase its duration a lot. 45 seconds. Or reduce the amount of time I need to use it, which would not be too bad. I could use it every 1 minute and 30. What is my current setup over here? It's just a basic healing aura over there. Alright. Well, Lantry... It's 4% health. I could buff that up to 5% health. Don't really feel that I need to. Now, the range that... the range of the spell versus the AoE. I think we're going to go for radius. I think this is going to be a very nice healing spell. So let's drop that in there. Ah, damn it, of course. Let's grab the healing spell. There we go. And... Okay, can't do that one. You know what? Let me just remove everything over here. And then I can... Because sometimes I get confused with what I need to click in order to apply a spell versus overwrite a spell versus everything else about a spell. There we go. Reset. Now, let's just build it again. There we go. And we want a nice big old healing aura with a larger radius. There we are. Perfect. Now, a distant impact spell with a chain. This brings us up to 180. Healing Wisps. Allied target, 6% health. Allied jump target, 6% health. Range, it only bounces once, but that's fine. I could perhaps give it an AoE, radius of 2. Allied area of effect. Allied AoE, 3% health, so it would hit one ally, and if I dropped it into 2 people fighting on the front line, for example, Aavak and Kills in Shadow, then it would heal one of them for 6%, heal the other for 3%, then jump to the other one, heal them for 6%, and heal the first for 3% again. So 2 people who get 9% of their health restored every 38 seconds. That does not sound bad to me. At all, in fact. We could increase that to 7%, and how much? 7%, and that one stays at 3. That's fine. Or I could decrease the amount of time it takes to use it to every 28 seconds. That's not a bad spell at that point. 28 seconds. Quite tempted. Quite tempted. Yeah, I think shaving off 10 seconds to be able to use that is really nice. Let's get you in there. There we go. As far as Sigil of Influential Domain. Dunk. Now, this starts as a really expensive spell. Pulsing. Area of effect. Pulse rate per 3 seconds. Allied AoE plus 10% maximum health for 45 seconds. Removes a random hostile effect. And how long does it last? Duration 14 seconds. Oof. And yet it costs so much to do. Yikes. I could get it to last for almost half the time. Plus 10% maximum health for 56.3 seconds. That's longer than most fights will last for me. That is a lot longer than most fights last for me. Yeah, expensive, but a very potent spell, this one. Let's see what else would affect it. Ooh. Up to 14% maximum health on someone that kills in shadow. That's ridiculous. Radius 9 meters. I don't think we need to buff that, but oh, duration 21 seconds in an area. For over a minute, they would have an additional 10%. I think we're going to go for Sigil of Timeless Form. Yeah. Let's get this one in place. Donk. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And finally, just a touch. Super strong touch. Heal, I think. Let's make that nice and fast. We can do it every 18 seconds. And for a redonkulous, almost half of their health. Every 18 seconds, Lantry can touch someone for half their health. Or I can... Actually, you know, Lantry can sort of vaguely wave his arm in someone's direction. And they will heal for almost half their health. Every 18 seconds. That is glorious. And that isn't even close to what we could really do with him if we had a little bit... some more sigils. So I'm going to pop that down. There we go. Lantry is by far a healer first and indeed foremost. Right, what else were you built for, Lantry? We've covered your main one. Control Vigor and Control Frost. Or Control Lightning. Well, I've got some lightning spells already. Control Vigor, Control Frost, and Lightning. Let's have a look. What would material force for this? Polished arms. Oh, that's right, yes, yes. It would, +4 armor penetration by attacks for 45 seconds. Sometimes when we're in the middle of a fight, you'll hear them complaining like, oh, that attack barely did anything. Well, then this one would be a great one to drop on it. Reinforce an ally's weapons, granting armor penetration to weapon attacks. Sigil of volcanic weapons. On top of that would mean all weapon crit, 45, 12 to 22 fire, base damage, length 10 meters. I don't mind this one. Lantry has now become magician curing cancer by hiding a deck of cards up his sleeve. Pretty much. That is amazing. And if I can get a radius on that, it's even better. And perhaps even more. 5.6. Okay, 5 armor penetration and a lot of damage if that goes off, right? Or I can just have it last for pretty much the entire battle. At that point, I don't need to cast it again. The question is, though, and 'tis an important question for me, can you stack weapon boosts on someone? Because if you can, that's kind of awesome. I could do away with a volcanic weapon if I really wanted to, but I don't think there's a need. Yeah, okay, so we'll pop that one down. We can always test it out with Lantry. I can use that and then use another one. Pretty much the same. We've got Frost and Lightning with the other two. Can I actually make an illusion? No. I can't make an illusion weapon. That is so much of a shame. Nor, I notice, can I make a healing weapon. Dashed out of my hopes to be able to beat someone to make them feel better by just, smacking them across the face with my staff. Alas. You can possibly stack different types. That is all I needed to know. That sounds amazing. I could drop more volcanic weapon on it. I don't think it's really going to help. But if I've dropped that on it first, then I could follow up with maybe a stronger spell in general. Did I have that one with a radius? Yes, I did. Good. Well, let's set up basically the same thing here, but without volcanic weapon. Because if I've already popped volcanic weapon down, then I'm not going to need extra volcanic weapon. And we can see what else I can do. Oh, wow. 14 plus 14% frost damage on hit. Minus 52% move speed. Do I really need that? I could go for 56 seconds without issue. Yeah, that's good enough. Assign. Freezing grip. Ranged area of effect. Good, good, good. Now we want lightning. Once again. Yeah, we don't want that. We want a radius. 10% shock damage on hit on weapon crit. We would get just additional shock, I guess. AoE shock. It's fine. Let's make it really nice and chunky. There we are. And add in a bit of longer time on it. There we are. Healing swords sounds like a great torture device. I know, right? The last thing I want, because I mean, I've got some points in Lantry's quill skill. The last thing I want is actually something for Lantry to do damage to the enemy with. Lantry right now is pretty much a support character alone. And that's not entirely what I want Lantry to be. I don't just want Lantry to be a support character. Control illusions, maybe. I could have Lantry with his incredibly high lore have some sort of bouncing for pit. I'm not going to be able to have a chain there. Let's go for the pit. Chain sigil. Bounce is 1. Bounce range 5 meters. I want the AoE to be fairly large. I do apologize, my phone's making all kinds of boop boop sounds. In fact, let me slide that back a little bit. Does that actually affect anything? It doesn't affect anything, so no, don't have that there then. I can make them bleed. Like, oh, I've fallen over so hard I've cut myself on invisible rocks. The rocks of my mind have opened up an old wound. Ah, it hurts. Raw damage, it doesn't really matter too much to me. Being able to cast this much more often, though, every 28 seconds is pretty nice.
Bean juice for the dark dragon.
Thank you, Sheila. Hooray! Okay, so Lawful Evil the game commences now. But let's have a look at how long we can make this last. 15 seconds. That's an extra 5 seconds of bleeding. That's not bad. But I do lose some stuff, so I need to pull this down a little bit. And 6 seconds of being prone. Foe AoE. Bleeding affliction. It's only 1 meter there. Oh no, actually it did increase it. It increased it to 2 meters. You know what? That is much more important to me. Unfortunately, getting that to happen is going to be hard. There we go. That is beautiful. Being hurt by mind wounds. I can relate. Mental spiked pitfalls sounds hilarious. Yeah, it's no longer just a pit. It's a spiked pit. We need to change the name. Imaginary spiked pit. I think that is a glorious spell. Truly glorious. It's the best kind of imaginary pit to inflict upon our enemies. Menaces with spikes. Damn it, that is an even better name. The imaginary pit menaces with spikes would be great. But we'll just go with that. Oh, can I actually fit that in? Spikes of... Can I add more? No. I needed to go further along. The imaginary pit menaces with spikes of whalebone. Oh, damn it. It can't be whalebone then. Okay. You know what? Give them lead poisoning. The imaginary pit menaces with spikes of lead. Perfect. Perfect. It can't go on and on. There is a limit 9. I know. This makes me super sad as well. Super duper duper sad. But it's fine. The imaginary pit menaces with spikes of lead. It's fine. Chat, stop giving me amazing ideas. The more, now in my head, it's Sarlacc pit. Ah, damn it. How do you spell Sarlacc? It has to be Sarlacc pit now. Damn it. Is it just that? Perfect. There we go. Sarlacc pit. They bleed, they're prone, it's great. For everyone but them. Done. Sorted. God, you can spend a long time making spells in this game. I imagine playing this just for yourself, you could spend an entire PlayStation just optimizing your spells. Okay, there we go. It's 2 C's as far as I know. What? Okay. We'll sort it out. Let me come back out of there then. 2 C's. Hang on a second. Why is that wrong? How dare you try to take away my awesomely named spell? You buffoon. That better be named correctly now, game. I'm watching you. Scallywag. Right, okay. Dawning Spire, right, Down Gorge, Greystone Valley. Which one do we want to go to? Which is our current destination for at any cost? Old Walls, retrieve the Azure Shield. Gulfglow, Old Walls. But where is the Gulfglow, Old Walls? Gorge, Halfgate, Greystone Valley, Passage of Culling. There we go. Gulfglow, Old Walls. This is where we'll get the Azure Shield. The deep chasm along the Stone Sea's northern border mark the extent of the Edict of Stone's reach. Gulfglow is a well-known part of the border, both due to its proximity to the Aurora Spire and the abundance of azurolith emerging from the rock. Travelers claim that, when the sun is directly overhead, you can see the shimmer of 1,000 azurolith crystals cascading down into the depths below. It has since come under beastman control and is widely avoided. Perfect! Won't be avoided by us. I love that you've played for over an hour and have not taken a step. This kind of depth is wonderful. You see, Hoofnice, I love that you love that, but I can promise there are lots of people who don't. And I apologize to those people, but secretly I don't. Dammy, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime there. 24 months. Ooh, disfavored, eh? Well, I'm not strictly against chatting with you, so we're just going to wander up. Hello. Oh no, Fatebinder! I've done my duty. You can't drag me back there. Whoa. Who are you and why do you think I would drag you somewhere? Or I have no intention of dragging you anyway. Calm down and tell me what happened. I'll drag you wherever I wish. Now, what exactly are you babbling about? Fine, take a hike before I change my... no. Why would I drag you somewhere? He falters mid-step, stumbling on a smattering of loose stones. You're an officer of the court, aren't you? Look, I know I'm breaking my work order with the Earthshakers, but it's not like we made it a real legal contract or nothing, I swear. It was just a handshake. You've got to believe me, please. It's not safe here. Okay, you're breaking your work order with the Earthshakers. Oh, no. It's the beastmen. They've gone feral. They're trying to slaughter me along with those damn Earthshakers. I don't want to die. You've got to let me flee. Seeing as how you've pissed yourself, fine. But I want full details before you go. You're safe for now. Because, you know, you've basically committed... you admitted to a crime. You possibly also committed to a crime. Oh no, it's immensely fun, I assure you. Oh, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I mean, I'm trying to be a lot more tactical. Because up to now, I've just kind of waltzed through the game and winged it for the most part. But I'm really trying to focus on what my characters are strong at and give them the correct kind of tools for it all. You're safe for now. So tell me what's happened. After the sea split, I thought I'd make a living by mapping the land. I know the area well enough now, so the Earthshakers hired me to guide them. They were looking for some kind of precious stone. But the Stonestalkers seemed to have other plans. When we got further in, they were already there, guarding the shards. One of the beasts nipped at an Earthshaker, so I fled. I've done my job, Fatebinder. Getting ripped to shreds isn't part of it. Fatebinder? The Earthshaker pounds his chest once in salute. He casts a sideways glance to Lyson. Before speaking, ignore this coward and allow me to enlighten you on our situation, assuming you haven't come to cause us trouble. That is yet to be decided. Well, you don't need me with a Fatebinder here. You two want to go at it with the Beastman? It's your funeral. I'm out of here. Damn it. I kind of wanted to send him to Tunon.